Yo, what's going on, y'all? I've been playing a lot of 1.16.1 speedruns on my Twitch channel lately. Link will be in the description. And my background as a Minecraft speedrunner before this came from CTM maps and Minzy dungeons. And in many CTM maps, we use a technique called pearl canceling. Basically, pearl canceling is where you throw a pearl, wait a second for it to land, and then before it lands, turn down your render distance so that the pearl is suspended in an unloaded chunk. That way you're free to run around, and as you run around more further away from the pearl, you can turn your render distance up a little bit if you need to help see some things like a blaze spawner or something. But I might get teleported here. Nope, I guess not. Well, eventually, once you want to go back, all you have to do is turn your render distance up, and you'll get teleported to where your pearl was going to land. So, I've thought of multiple ways to incorporate pearl canceling into 1.16 speedruns. I believe this technique is known by the in the speedrun community already, but I've not seen any runners incorporate it yet. And I feel like the ideas that I have could definitely save time in given the right scenario. And this bastion route here for the treasure room is totally capable of saving at least 30 seconds to a minute, maybe, given the right scenario. I'm not familiar with the most recent route for the treasure room bastion, but I know over the old route it could totally save a minute. So basically, the idea of this route is instead of going up there and mining out a bunch of gold through the walls, you mainly focus in this area. And this area was used to be ignored because of how long it took to get down here and how dangerous it was, and then you had to go all the way back up. So this route's not used very much, except there is a backup strategy that involves using this route where you enter through the bottom and ignore that half. But on your typical stables run, you're going to enter through like here-ish. Or not stables, your typical treasure room route, you will enter through here. And then you will go up here, mine the gold out of the walls, trade it with piglins in there. But with this route, you basically get these 2 gold blocks, and you need to get lucky. You need to get a pearl trade and a fire res trade if possible. If you miss the fire res, that's fine. And then while they trade, you go up there and you hope for obsidian. You hope you get at least 5 obsidian from these chests. Usually I don't get these ones because it wastes unnecessary time. And the 2 things that can make this route not worth playing, actually 3 things, is 1, if you enter the treasure room from the very top, there's no use in going down here to play that route. A second thing is if there's only like 1 or 2 piglins here to trade these 2 gold blocks. And a third thing is if you don't get any obsidian from those chests up there. So I will play the route right now. You also don't really need gold armor for this route, except that guy's gonna be mad at me. Hey man. Duplicate the lava, huh? Interesting. So, I'll start the timer right here, I guess. Those guys might cause me trouble. I hope there's piglins that come by here. Okay, no piglins. Act like there are. So yeah, there's piglins here. Yeah. So let's say there's like 5. Alright, that would be a good number for this route. So then after you get them trading like that, you want to block them off. Hopefully they don't run away like those guys. I didn't do a good job blocking, so it was not too efficient. I'm very low health. I hope I don't die. But yeah, act like there were piglins there. Oh, I went the wrong way. So then you would come up here and loot some of these chests, get obsidian. You can grab a gold armor while you're up here too if you can. And then you would go down there and hope that you got a pearl trade and a fire res trade. And let's see if we got them. Here's pearls. I don't know if I got fire res, but anyways, you would pearl cancel, throw the pearl, that might hit the wall, get it out of your render distance, and then take your boat, head down here, and then hop in here and mine this gold. There are piglins that can be mad at you. Depending on the generation, you can die here very easily. Mine a couple gold blocks. 8 should be plenty. And then turn your ender distance back up. Loot this chest if you want. Sometimes there can be a good sword. And boom, you're out. That was a 1 minute 34 bastion, real time. But I can mind if to spawn those piglins. If this were a run, I would abandon the route because there were no piglins that came when I mined those 2 gold blocks. But otherwise, I got the pearl trade. It would totally be a worth route to play. The only thing you're missing is a fire res. But here's the thing that makes this route even more specific. You have to get extremely lucky to put this route into something that can save significant time. So here's a fortress over here. And the goal of this route is to, once you get the other gold blocks, you want to trade the rest of them while you're doing the blaze fight. And the way to make that save significant time is to have an idea on where you want to blind travel before entering the fortress. So in this run, this might be a good blind travel, maybe over there somewhere, or perhaps, yeah, maybe right here. Like this could totally work for blind travel. Maybe if you go a little further this way because of how low your other coordinate is. So like right here-ish would be a decent area to blind travel for this run. But the thing is, there's no piglins over there. So if that's the case and you do this route, you'd have to settle for whatever is over here in the last piglin place of the fortress, or the place before you enter the fortress. The last place you see piglins, that's where you're going to want to trade the rest of your gold. So if there were actually piglins here, what I would do is there would be piglins. Make sure you have a boat. Throw down the rest of your gold like you would a monument run and get 2 of them in a boat. These guys take, I believe, for 8 gold blocks, they take about 3 minutes to trade everything. And then you would go fight the blazes, and then you would pearl back over here to get your things and blind travel away. There's a fire res, so that'd be good for the blaze fight. So that's a lot that has to go your way to make this route worth it. So a run can easily waste a lot of time by going for that route, but if everything does line up, you could save a significant amount of time using that route. You could do the bastion in under 50 seconds, maybe under 45 seconds, which saves a decent amount of time from the current route of the bastion. So now other ways to incorporate pearl canceling into 1.16. Say for example you have this scenario where you want to blind travel somewhere over there, but you did not, but your guys are trading over there. Say you're trading from a monument. Well, if you're on a monument, you won't have pearls yet. But say you do that route and you have to resort to trading in a place you don't want to blind travel. What you could do is pearl over there where you want to blind travel, but then cancel the pearl. I hope that cancels. It might not. Alright, yeah, it did. So cancel the pearl. That way you don't have to walk all the way back there once you're ready to leave. So yeah, you would pick up everything they got you. They're not done yet, but I got all my obsidian. I have all my pearls. I don't have any string, but a village works very well for this route in general. It's nice to get a village. You have a greater chance of getting the beds you need. So yeah, so you would come over here, and then once they're done trading, you would just put your ender distance back up, and you'll be at a place way more suitable for blind travel instead of having to run way back over here to blind travel. And then another way you can incorporate it, say if you just do any regular old bastion run, you can you enter the fortress, okay, and you say, okay, I want to blind travel. Obviously, that's not a good place to blind travel, really. Actually, it's not that bad. Say, okay, I want to blind travel over there, but I don't want to walk all the way back over there. Certain fortresses is where this works better for. If you enter a fortress, it's pretty far away, and the entrance is a good blind travel coords, but the blaze spawners are further away. What you would do is you would throw a pearl over there, and then you would look for a blaze spawner. That's the chest area, so you wouldn't go that way. And as you go far away, it's pretty hard to see blaze spawner on 2 ender distance. So as you go further away, you can turn your ender distance up because the pearls are a few more chunks away. So you can look closer to blaze spawner. And this is also pretty useful because having your ender distance low for a fortress has more blazes and enemies spawn near you. So you could have more guys spawn near you and have that pearl ready to be canceled over there. So you look for a blaze spawner with that pearl still canceled. So keep in mind, all this I would be having to backtrack if I didn't have a canceled pearl over there. Not having that good of a job finding a blaze spawner. But look at all this. All these guys over here spawn because of my low render distance. So you don't even have a blaze spawner. While you're looking for one, you can really take advantage of that low render distance. So you would kill all these homies. I don't have to because I'm just trying to find a blaze spawner for sake of the run. So nowhere over here, nowhere over here. That's the chest area. Okay, here's one. It ended up being pretty close to where I was initially. So in this particular scenario, it doesn't save much time. So you go back to survival. So yeah, when you're done with your blaze rods, you get all your blaze rods. Potentially you could have walked over 100 blocks, maybe even 200 blocks through the fortress before actually finding this blaze spawner. In which case you would have to walk a long way back to the blind travel spot. So instead, all you would have to do is just, when you're ready to leave, turn up your render distance, and boom, you'd be right here ready to blind travel. This is these aren't the best chords, but you'd be in an area a lot better to blind travel already instead of having to backtrack all the way over here. So pearl canceling in general, it's a great way to back up runs. In the optimal run, you wouldn't have to go that far away to get a blaze spawner. In the optimal run, the blind travel spot would be pretty dang close to a blaze spawner. But if there's a world record potential seed where the fortress is close to a bastion, particularly a treasure room bastion, and within that fortress you are in a red biome, so there's plenty of piglins, and within that red biome there is a good spot to do a blind travel, you would do that treasure room route, and then risk coming over here and hoping that you get the right conditions to execute the rest of the treasure room route to save a very significant amount of time in 1.16 speedruns. So that's about most of us to talk about. It's a fun thing to mess around with. I intend on trying to pearl cancel whenever it's optimal in all of my speedruns from now on. I hope that more people catch on to this because I feel like it's an overlooked technique right now that can be incorporated to save upwards of a minute if you have the right scenario. And before I peel, I will discuss one more thing. Say you do this whole bastion and you don't get enough pearls, don't get enough obsidian, don't get enough string, whatever. Say you do that whole bastion and you don't get all you need. All you have to do is do the pearl cancel strategy, where you pearl cancel. Oh, well, I messed it up, but yeah, you would do a pearl cancel over here, and then you would go down and mine the gold blocks like I did, and that way you have gold blocks to trade at the fortress to get the rest of the things that you need. So yeah, I hope to see this strategy being incorporated into speedruns, as I feel like it can save a lot of time and could definitely lead to a new world record if the right scenario is present. So y'all, thanks for watching, and tune into my live streams where I am on a quest for a sub 15-minute time. Peace.